What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna do like a mini vlog type of way. It's just gonna be my face in your screen. So what we're gonna be talking about pretty much is gonna be top 5 attributes of being a professional Mobile Legends player. A lot of you are wondering, especially the aspiring pro players that want to go into the pro scene, what do coaches look for when they are scouting these players? All right, so how do we decide if we're gonna get this player and all that? Do we sign them and all that stuff? So we're gonna start from number 5 being the least important and number 1 being the most important. All right. So starting it off at number 5. All right. Starting out number 5. It's gonna be experience and achievements. A lot of you are thinking that this is gonna be like on top of the list, like or near the top of the list, but it is not. All right, because in most cases, like if you're trying to look for new blood or new talent, most of them will not have a lot of achievements and most of them will not have a lot of experience, especially like the last few seasons where a pandemic happened and like the on-site tournaments just started happening again, so now people are gaining experience on site because it's different from being online. Playing online is different from playing on site. So we don't put too much importance into the into that stuff with the experience. It's a plus. It's like a bonus for us, right? So if you have a lot of championships in the amateur tournaments like Just ML, Juicy Legends, Philippine National Esports League, stuff like that, just a bunch of stuff, and other tournaments that I can't really mention all of them, right? Other than MPL. There's MDL coming in soon, so there's a lot of amateur players that are going to be gaining a lot of experience from that. So yeah, that's how you can get your experience from all those stuff. But you most likely, if you're a solo player, a lot of people are asking me, I'm a solo player, how do I become a pro player? Join an amateur team. And then you get experience from there. Okay. Number 4 will be hero pool. All right, it's very important for coaches for the players to have a specific amount of hero pool, because if you're just a one trick and you get banned out, especially with the 5-ban system. I know on amateur tournaments it's only a 3-ban system, or 6 bans to be specific, and then for pro tournament it's going to be 10 bans. So you need to have a very wide array of hero pool if you want to make it to the pro scene, because if people realize, especially if once you get to the pro scene, once people realize that you have a limited amount of hero pool, like let's just say you have 2 heroes that you're really good at and that's about it. For the other heroes, you're kind of iffy, right? They ban you out, right? They don't ban the OP heroes, they ban you out instead. They want to focus on your comfort picks and ban it out. We're kind of screwed, right? If I was the coach, we're kind of screwed. It's going to be harder to draft for you. It's going to be harder for the team to draft for you, to synchronize a specific draft for you. You need to, it's just harder overall. But that's going to be number 4, right? You need to have a wide array of hero pool. On your specific role. If you're a jungle, most likely, like I would say 5 is the magic number. 5 is the magic number in the current meta. Hopefully that makes sense. You need to have 4 or 5 comfortable heroes in the current meta, right? And those 4 and 5th hero, the 4th and 5th hero are like situational picks, and then the top 3 heroes are like super comfort picks. So that's usually the case for hero pool. Now let's talk about number 3, right? Number 3, we have mechanics. I know some of you may be thinking this might be higher on the list as well, kind of like experience, but we don't really put much importance on mechanics. It's a huge plus if you're really freaking good, right? Mechanically gifted, your hand-eye coordination is very, very good. You're very good with really high mechanics heroes like Fanny, Ling, Gushin, and stuff like that. Harder heroes to play. Cho with the TikTok plays, Flash Flicker, like really flashy plays, right? Mechanic stuff. It's just a huge plus, having really good mechanics, so that the coach is not gonna expect it during the tournaments. if you have really good mechanics, like the simple skill shots and stuff like that you won't be able to usually miss. So it's good. It's just a huge plus. I don't have much explanation for mechanics, but it's number 3. Right? Hopefully it makes sense. You need to have good mechanics if you want to be a good player or a pro player. Okay? If you don't have mechanics, most likely you're not even gonna make it to or do good in the amateur scene if you don't have very good mechanics. Okay, but most players, they have a good amount of mechanics. All right, but it's not the deal breaker. It's not the deal breaker. You could go. There's ways around it. Okay, which we'll get to number 2. All right, so number two is decision making or intelligency or IQ in knowledge in the game. Let's just say, just overall decision making. Right? Because I know a lot of players that are not mechanically gifted, right? Or I wouldn't say not mechanically gifted, but not as mechanically heavy as the other players. Let's just put an example out there, right? For example, Kyrie, someone who is a very highly mechanical player, all right? Let's compare Kyrie to someone like, let's say, Venus or Wise, all right? I'm not saying that Venus or Wise they suck mechanically. They're still good, but they're not like a Kyrie where Kyrie specializes in those type of things. Hopefully that makes sense. Nobody bashes me, okay? But anyways, yeah. So there's ways around it. You could be really smart about the game, knowing how to control the map, macro play, decision making. How are you gonna mesh well with your teammates? If you're smart about it, there's ways around it. If you're not that mechanically good, all right, there is ways around it. You could be helpful in the draft, help your coach, helpful with how you approach the game, knowing your win conditions, and there's a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff. So yeah, that's a way around it. That's why in-game knowledge or how do you say this? IQ in-game or in-game knowledge is gonna be number 2. It's on top of mechanics, I would say, for me. Right? That's for me. I don't know about for the other coaches, but that's gonna be it for me. Now for number 1, the most important thing for a coach when getting a player, for me, again, will be attitude. Alright, so what goes down on attitude? So for attitude, it's gonna be like, how do you treat the game? How do you treat your job? Are you passionate about what you're doing, right? Because I know some players that kind of do the minimum. They do their job, and they're not like they don't have the, let's just say, Mamba mentality where after practice they're still gonna grind their games out, grind the heroes that they need to grind. Not unlike other players where after practice you're kind of dozing somewhere else, outside ML. It's like ML should be your you should breathe and live ML for coaches. That's what coaches like, right? I'm not saying it's healthy, but to be the best, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be passionate about the game. And other than passionate, in terms of attitude, of course, you need to have good chemistry with your teammates. You cannot be toxic, right? You cannot be toxic. If you guys are losing, especially if you're a newer team, most likely you guys are going to lose over and over again since you still don't have chemistry. And you keep hopping squads, you keep hopping teams because you keep losing. It's not working out. Well, you need to take your time and build chemistry with your teammates first that you trust. Build trust. Right, with each other. Stop blaming each other whenever you lose. You need to start focusing on how you guys are going to improve together and adjust for each other. Right, attitude. You guys need to adjust for each other. It cannot just be like a one-way thing where your teammates are going to adjust for you or you're going to adjust for your teammates solely, right? It can't be. There's got to be a balance to it. Everybody's got to have a good attitude about it. So everybody has compromise on what we could agree on, how we gonna plan, how are we gonna draft this, how are we gonna play this out, what identity do we want for our team and stuff like that. So yeah, so number one, that is the number one, attitude. Maybe I don't know if a lot of you expected that, or maybe it is unexpected for you guys. But yeah, attitude is number one for me. So yeah, that is the 5 things or 5 attributes that coaches, well, specifically me, that's what I look for whenever I scout players. So if you're an aspiring pro player and you're watching this, yeah, keep track of those 5 things. All right, so just to summarize, it is number 5, experience or achievement, just a plus. Number 4 is hero pool. All right, number 3 is mechanics. Number 2, decision making or macro play, decision making, right? Just being smart about the game, IQ. Number 1 is attitude. All right. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have questions, make sure to drop them below. I'll be happy to answer them the best I could. And sorry about the webcam, by the way. It's kind of flickering because I have a problem with my laptop right now where it doesn't give enough energy to the webcam. I'm not really sure. It just happened just now. But anyways, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Use it for good use. Use these top 5 things or top 5 attributes so you guys can become pro players, and hopefully I can see you guys soon in the MPL or even MDL. Alright, start somewhere. Good luck guys on your journey, and I know you guys could do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. That'll be all. Peace.